Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. In this video, we have another preview to this year's Team USA as they prepare for the World Cup, and we're going to talk about the big men of Walker Kessler and Bobby Portis that are on the roster. Starting with Walker Kessler and his potential fit and impact in the Philippines. Last season, he had a tremendous rookie campaign, 9 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2.3 block shots, shot incredibly efficient, and just impacted the game in a variety of ways for the Utah Jazz. Now with Team USA, he has a chance to show his game to the world. Now, let's look at the film. Everything for Walker Kessler starts at the defensive end of the floor, being just one of the most elite guys at this end. He had a plus 6.2 efficiency differential with a minus 6.4 opponent point per 100 possessions in that efficiency. The way that this man is able to guard the rim, protect the paint, and make things difficult for opposing offenses to get good looks down there and get clean looks time and time again is just special. Along with that, he does a tremendous job at covering ground, and then when it comes to playing without fouling, he walls up incredibly well, has tremendous timing in drop situations around the rim, knocking lobs out, blocking shots, just doing everything you can ask of a big man in the lane to go do. And then along with that, he's able to move his feet. Here against Jimmy Butler, you see him sliding, staying in front, and contesting the twos and making multiple efforts. Just overall, Walker Kessler's ability to impact the game at this end of the floor is special, whether it's a help side situation, a pick and roll situation, or just individually guarding his yard. He's able to do it all at a very high level and is going to be one of the best players and defenders in basketball for a really long time. In terms of this year's Team USA in the World Cup, Walker Kessler provides that anchor on the defensive end of the floor that can do a multitude of things, be highly impactful, make plays happen, and just make offenses take tougher shots than they can just because he's in the paint. He's the guy in drop. He's the guy making plays happen, flying around at the defensive end of the floor, and just doing the right thing all the time as an individual and team defender. And then to go to the other end of the floor and talk about his offensive game, Walker Kessler is walking efficiency. The way he was able to shoot 85% of his shots at the rim and shoot 77% at the rim was absolutely incredible. Along with that, he shot 47 from mid-range and 33 from three. Just overall, a big-time offensive talent, but it all starts with his ability to put pressure on the rim. As a roller, first and foremost, he rolls the rim hard. He has a visual on the ball, knowing when it's coming and making himself available. He's able to jump and finish plays above the rim as a lob threat. And then he just has great hands, first of all, to make that catch and finish those plays while he is on the move. And also, he has a variety of finishes. The way that he's able to catch it, extend toward the rim, fight through contact, one-hand finishes, two-hand finishes, and then also the ability to get up and above the rim. And then next, when it comes to finishing, he does a great job at moving off the ball, finding openings and cracks on the porch, moving when he is on the perimeter sometimes, and cutting toward the rim when there is an available opportunity for him to go get a dunk. Just overall, the IQ and understanding he has for the game as an offensive player is incredible to see at the big man spot, the way he works the porch, the way he is able to shape up and move off the ball just to get these opportunities and then capitalizes on them in such a high level and in such an efficient way that it's really fun to see. And the last thing about the offensive end of the floor is that he is a tremendous offensive rebounding threat. The same things that apply to his ability to move off the ball and be a roller, diver, lob threat all apply here to the offensive glass. He does a great job at finding cracks and openings. He crashes hard. He's a good athlete, and he's able to finish these plays both above the rim with authority and then also bringing it down, keeping it high, making a pivot, using ball fakes, doing all the things that big men are expected to do and can do, and he just does it at such a high level, and he's so efficient in these spots, and it gives teams the ability to have second chance points, go out there and trust their big man to go make plays, eat glass, and be impactful. Now to talk about the other big man on the roster, Bobby Portis from the Milwaukee Bucks. Bobby Portis last season averaged 14.1 points per game, 9.6 rebounds, an assist and a half, shot 50 from the field, 37 from three, 57.5 true shooting. In my opinion, he was sixth man of the year. He's a high impact winning guy. Now let's look at the film and see what he's bringing to Team USA. starting with his stretching of the floor and the ability he has to shoot the ball. He shot 37% from 3 last season and 43% from above the arc. This man has the ability to knock down shots at an incredibly high level from range, and the way that he does it both as an off-ball spacer, just being shot ready, being able to get into a shot from the corners, from above the break, just making himself available, having a high release that is pretty hard to contest, and he's able to shoot up and over guys, and just being a spot-up guy like this is big time to have in terms of help side and things of that nature, but also as a pick-and-pop threat. The way that he's able to turn, find the ball, get his hands and feet ready, catch, and knock it down in movement is really big time and something that is different for Team USA in terms of what they have on the roster. And him at the 5 spot could definitely be big time in terms of a stretch 5 look and also a pick-and-pop threat that can catch, put the ball on the ground a little bit, make plays for his teammates, and also score downhill. One thing that he offers that Walker Kessler necessarily doesn't is post-scoring ability. The way that he's able to score with his back to the basket in a traditional manner is something that Walker Kessler hasn't shown a ton of in the NBA, but also Bobby Portis is so elite in this way. He has a really nice right and left hand push shot, hook shot thing that he gets to and tries to get to when he gets deep paint touches, gets close to the rim. He's really good at sealing it around the rim too, getting good positioning and being able to finish those plays also. He shot 65% at the rim last season and 50% from mid-range, and a lot of that comes back to his ability to score out of the post and score off the bounce a little bit. As you can also see, the turnaround jumper is high level. The way that he's able to turn, find the rim, stay on balance, elevate over the defense, and knock it down is big time. And then he's a face-up threat. Both as a playmaker and as a scorer, he can face the rim, apply pressure to the defense both individually and on the help side, and then he makes the right decisions. We'll talk about his decision making next, but his ability to score out of the post will be big time for Team USA potentially. And the playmaking side of things, he is a winning playmaker at the offensive end of the floor. The way that he just has a good understanding and knack for getting the ball to the right spot. In these first few clips, you see him getting downhill, making that next pass, making the swing pass, just doing the right thing in terms of basketball to get the ball to the open player for them to go make a play, or for the ball to get to the guy to go make a play for someone else. Just being smart and under control in his playmaking is big time. But next is when it comes to DHOs, handoffs, brush screens, those types of things where he moves the ball and is able to make a play with his body as a screener. And that'll be something with Team USA. They have a ton of downhill talent from the guards, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton. On the forward side, Paolo Banchero, Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram. The way that Bobby Portis is able to move it, set screens, and open other guys up is going to be big time for this unit. To wrap things up about Bobby Portis, we got to talk about his defensive impact. He is just a hard-working defensive player. Yes, he might not be the best individual defender guarding the best guys on a nightly basis, but he goes out there and he works his tail off to make the right play, guard his yard, just make winning plays as an individual and team defender that you need at the Team USA level to go out and get a gold. The way that he sits down, he's able to guard inside and out, and just be physical, know how he can dominate as a defender, which is with his physicality, energy, activity, grabbing loose balls, rebounding at a high level. Doing all the little things adds up massively for Bobby Portis, and how he's been a part of a lot of winning teams in Milwaukee is just because he goes out there and gives his all at the defensive end of the floor. And besides him guarding individually, especially on the big man side of things, he's able to make plays, move his body, be a physical force, and then switching out is not his strong suit, but he has the capability of doing so. But as a team guy, he does a good job in ball screen coverages, whether he's in a drop, whether he's showing, whether he switches out. He just does what he has to do to make a winning impact and make a winning play. That it's cool to see somebody try this hard, make the efforts he does, and then at the end of the day, he is the people's champ in Milwaukee. He's the guy that's going to get the tough rebound, block out. He's going to dive for the loose ball, save a loose ball out of bounds, just do all the things that add up to winning and are part of winning culture, and he does this on a nightly basis, whether it's a regular season game in Toronto or in Chicago or in Charlotte, but he goes out there. And I think at the Team USA level, he has a chance to be an impactful player at both ends of the floor, but specifically defensively, making these plays could set the tone, bring the energy, and be a huge part of this team being successful. In modern basketball, the big fellas don't get too much love, but Walker Kessler and Bobby Portis are going to be huge pieces for Team USA as they gear up for the World Cup in terms of their success. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned about Walker Kessler and Bobby Portis and their games. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.